Hello and welcome to this episode of the Vision Rehab podcast. My name is Steve Kelley and I'm a certified vision rehabilitation therapist, and in these podcasts we'll be discussing issues related to both vision loss and blindness. Thanks for joining me today. Hello and thanks for joining me today on the Vision Rehab podcast. February is Low Vision Awareness Month, and it's a great time to talk about how to get back into reading the newspaper, a favorite magazine, or books again after a vision loss. As someone who really loves to read, and someone with a vision loss developed later in life, I know firsthand how discouraging it can feel to pick up a book or the newspaper and really struggle to read it, or just realize that the print is too darn small to make out anymore. For some of you listening, it may be really hard to imagine reading after a vision loss, but today with digital books, audiobooks, video magnifiers, and computers that read to us, there are a lot of different ways to continue reading, and you're going to find one that really suits you best. One of my favorite reading resources to share with people are radio reading services, and these are also called audio information services. Most radio reading services have volunteers who read articles from local and national newspapers, magazines, and books, and they may also read selected books or play podcasts related to current events. At one time, you needed a special radio receiver to listen to services that were nearest to you, but many are now available on the internet and through your smart speakers, like the Amazon Echo or Google Home. So if you have a smart speaker, chances are you can find a radio reading service that will read selections from, say, the New York Times, Wall Street Journal, USA Today, plus many, many other papers throughout the country. So how do you find these services? On the internet, you can find a pretty complete list at the International Association of Audio Information Services. And I realize that's a mouthful, so I'll repeat it. The International Association of Audio Information Services, or IAAIS for short, and you can find them on the internet at iaais.org. Just click on the tab labeled Find Services to look for services that are near you or those that you can find on the internet. Now, quite a few of these services are available right from your Amazon Echo or your Google Home Assistant. Now, here's a heads up. I'll be giving a couple example commands for the Amazon Echo and the Google Home Assistant. So if you have one nearby, turn down the volume or turn off the microphone. Otherwise, they'll be chiming right in too when I give the examples. So here are two of my favorites. The first is Talking Information Center. So just ask for it by saying, Alexa, play Talking Information Center on TuneIn. And this will also work with the Google Home Assistant when you say, hey Google, play Talking Information Center on TuneIn. And here's another favorite that's pretty easy to remember, Owl Radio Reading Service. When asking for this one on the smart speaker, I usually spell out OWL, O-W-L. So for example, hey Google, play OWL radio on TuneIn. The same will also work on your Amazon Echo. Just say, Alexa, play OWL radio on TuneIn. And there are a bunch more of these, and you can find a more complete list of commands at lowvisiontech.com. Click on the Vision Rehab podcast link right from the menu and look for the episode on radio reading services. There's certainly a lot more to reading with a vision loss than radio reading services. Vision Rehabilitation Therapists, also called VRTs, We'll show you all sorts of techniques to get you back into reading and many other daily living skills related to your vision loss. You'll find VRTs at your state's Department of Education or the Department of Labor. To find one, you can just check out the Vision Aware Directory of Services at www.visionaware.org. And Vision Aware is spelled VISIONAWARE. Or you can just call the APH Connect Center toll free at 800-232-5463. And again, the APH Connect Center's phone number is 800-232-5463, and someone there will help you find one. And don't worry, there's usually no out-of-pocket cost for their services, or it's on a sliding scale. Smart speakers have made it so much easier to reconnect to our favorite newspaper or magazine by listening to them being read over the internet. So grab yourself a coffee or a cup of tea, take a seat near your favorite personal digital assistant, and get back to reading that newspaper again. Thanks so much for tuning in today to the Vision Rehab podcast. I really look forward to you joining me in future episodes. If you'd like to get in touch, please email me at lowvisiontech@gmail.com, and that's spelled LOWV as in Victor, ISIONTECH@gmail.com, or visit lowvisiontech.com, and have a terrific day.